Hi everyone, welcome to Monica's Singapore Kitchen. Today I'll be cooking 3 rice cooker recipes that I normally cook for my family on busy days. These recipes offer a convenient one-pot method for creating meals by placing rice, water, and ingredients like vegetables, proteins, and sauces together to cook simultaneously. The ingredients are usually pantry staples and frozen vegetables, all easily available. The first recipe will be the rice cooker kimchi rice recipe. So for this, I need 1 can of spam. Cut the spam into half cm thick slices. Then cut it into half cm cubes. Here I have got kimchi, 2 cups of it. You can buy from the supermarket or you can make your own. The link for my recipe is in the description box below. So we are going to use the kimchi juice for the sauce. So then also add gochujang sauce through 4 tablespoons of it. Then add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. If you do not have brown sugar, you can use white sugar as well, no problem. 1 tablespoon of sesame seed oil for that wonderful fragrance. Then mix everything together. Okay, let's put this aside. Now the rice that I'm using, the brand of rice that I will be using for all the 3 recipes is the Fair Price Thai Home Mali Superior Fragrant Rice. And the rice pot that I will be using is the Grand Digital Rice Cooker. I like this rice cooker as it is non-stick. So for this recipe, I have got 4 cups of rice which I have washed 3 times and drained. Then pour it into the rice cooker. So pour water and also the sauce right into the rice cooker, and then we are going to mix all this thoroughly. Then the toppings will be our lovely kimchi and the spam. So then we can start to cook our kimchi rice. So you will just cook it as though you would cook your rice normally. So once it's cooked, it looks something like this. So we need to fluff the rice to mix all the ingredients evenly. You can see that the rice has a light, non-greasy texture with distinct separate grains that are slightly firm and chewy rather than soft and mushy. So it's ready to serve. So I normally just pat it into a bowl and tip it on a serving plate. Then the sides can be, if you have time, you can find or fry some eggs, top it with a little bit of toasted sesame seeds, spring onions, and a little bit of the seaweed. And just like that, our rice cooker kimchi rice is ready for you to enjoy. The second recipe is the rice cooker cheese rice for cheese lovers. So I'm using the chicken franks. So cut it into half cm thick disc. Then the sauce, I'm going to use Campbell's cream of chicken soup. I'm going to use 2 cans of this. So add a little bit of water until the total volume comes to about 750 milliliters. Then stir to mix the water and the cream of chicken soup. Okay, here we have got 5 cups of rice. I'm still using the Thai Home Mali Superior Fragrant rice, and the rice pot is the same, the Grand Digital rice cooker. So pour in the rice and then pour in the sauce as well. Then add half cup of water to thin it down. So the toppings will be the corn, which is a frozen corn that I have thawed. Also put in our chicken franks that we have cut just now. Okay, so now we can just set it to cook. Just cook it as normally what you would do for cooking your rice. So after it's cooked, you fluff the rice to mix everything thoroughly. Okay, then now we can add in our cheese. I'm using the perfect Italiano Mozzarella cheese, the grated variety. So sprinkle evenly on top. You can use as much cheese or as little as you want. This is just optional. The amount is optional, but of course you need to put cheese because it's a cheese rice. Yeah, so we need to put a little bit on top. Then cook the rice as though you would cook your rice normally. Then once it's cooked, it looks something like that. The cheese is nice, stringy and gooey. It looks so good and I've tasted it a few times. It is so delicious. Enjoy it while it is still warm. Okay, just dip it onto a serving plate. Then you can top it with a little bit of the bacon bits and also a little bit of spring onions. All these are optional. If you do not have, you can just eat it like that. It is just as delicious. All this is just the icing on the cake, all the toppings. So and then here we go. Our rice cooker cheese rice is ready. Enjoy. The third recipe is the rice cooker sambal rice. This recipe is for sambal lovers. Here I'm making the sauce with ABC sweet sauce. So it gives the fried rice a very nice flavor. So for the sauce, we need 3 tablespoons of ABC sweet sauce. Then we also need the sambal. You can store-bought your favorite sambal, or if you want, for this case, I use my own mother sambal. The video on how to make it is in the description box below. So you also need 3 tablespoons of soya sauce, half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of pepper. And that's all for our sauce. So you just mix it. Then the protein will be our imitation seafood sticks. Cut it into 1 cm cubes. The rice that I'm using is still the fair price Thai Home Mali Superior Fragrant rice. The rice pot is still the Grand Digital rice cooker. So just pour the rice that has been washed and drained into the rice pot. Add the sauce. And also add the water. Then stir it. Then put in our toppings. This is frozen mixed vegetables. You can see all these vegetables. You can get it from your, your freezer, and you have a stash of it in the freezer. You can just take it out. Then 500 grams imitation fish sticks, seafood stick. Then you cook your rice as if you would cook your rice normally. Then meanwhile, we get ready our eggs. So we'll season our eggs with half teaspoon of salt and half teaspoon of pepper. Lightly beat our eggs. So once the rice is cooked, it looks something like this. It smells so good. Smells of the sambal. You can see the color is also wonderful. It's beautiful. Slight, it's fluffy, the rice. It's not mushy. So now is the time for us to add the eggs. Just pour it evenly on top of the rice. Then close it and cook for another 5 minutes. Okay, by now the eggs would have seeped to the bottom and the eggs should be cooked by now. So just mix everything together. So as usual, I would like to just pat it into a bowl. And then tip it over banana leaf on a serving plate. Then you can always serve with some sides, with sambal, which I always have in my fridge, tomato slices, cucumber slices, easily available vegetables. Then I also have a stash of fried peanuts and anchovies in my fridge. So you can either bought it from the supermarket all nicely fried like this, or you can click in the description box the video for cooking the fried peanuts and anchovies recipe. So and there you have it, our rice cooker sambal rice is ready to enjoy. This set and forget method of cooking frees up stove space and provides a keep warm function that holds the rice at a perfect temperature. So I wish you all the best and happy cooking!